is Sunday. How you guys doing on the weekend? I hope everyone is doing very well. Okay, maybe let's start from the, as usual, let's start from the economic calendars first. So from Monday, we can see a couple of bank holidays from the Yens, Canadian, and US bank holiday. So from here, we can see that from Monday itself, there is a couple of bank holidays, especially the US one. So we are definitely not trading on the Monday, of course, because due to lack of market volatilities. Maybe until the start of New York session, after the Canadian news occurs, then we can see some really true direction the for the week. And then let's see from the US dollar, we have any, yes, we do have unemployment claims on the Thursday. So coming back, the rest of it, nothing much huge impact apart from the GBP and the New Zealand dollar having the CPI coming out, and Canadian as well, Canadian dollar. So okay, we have the Euro ECB press conference, and odd unemployment rate. So what can we do? Trade off is definitely is from the major, but after the New York session of Tuesday onwards, there might be have some couple of volatility over there. So let's drop down into the analysis. Okay, the same thing. Do we take out any? It seems like the price is going to disrespect the bearish side. So from this point, what do we expect is price could have retraced some fair value area from the below side to continuing higher. So let me remove this first. Excuse me. This. Okay. The upper side of a drawn liquidity was taken, but I don't think this liquidity is taken. No, not taken out. Too bad. I was expecting if there is some sort of reversal, at least this low will be taken out before heading higher. But eventually it doesn't, and the price decide to close above it. Okay, and we do have the expansion candle off here. So there is a potential of this weekly fair value gap. This weekly fair value gap. Just bear with me. Okay, and the other thing is, okay, currently we might having some issue that price is currently in a monthly fair value gap, but I don't think it will be, it's hard to say, to be honest. It could be disrespecting this weekly fair value gap to continuing lower, whereby respecting the monthly fair value gap. At the same time, we do have this weekly fair value gap resting below, whereby price could respect this discount area to then continuing higher off to this draw liquidity first. So the next thing is, let's drop down into the Okay, let's drop down into the daily time frame. So if we can see if there is any nice setup for us to take off, it could have some consolidation between this zone. This low might be taken out whereby stick into the weekly fair value gap. So I would say this is the liquidity point, and somehow we have a fair value area resting below here. This is called the daily fair value area. So what we would like to see is right here, daily fair value area. This was taken out. Let's stick to that. It could be hovering around these places. To continuing higher. But from that point of view, there is a daily fair value gap resting right here as well. So this is the daily fair value gap. So either price could respecting off here, either price could respecting off here or here, all the way to this drawn liquidity. Otherwise, the price respected this and disrespect the weekly fair value gap to then all the way down. Okay, let me remark. Stock PD array. PDA stock. So this will be the outlook of the overall US dollar DXY 50-50 on the price action, where higher time frame, monthly and weekly PD array is stuck, but we do have early signs of this respecting the bearish monthly fair value gap with proper bullish order flow, expecting some retracement on DXY, take towards the liquidity area or fair value area, to continuing higher, to continue going higher. If price, if bullish fair value area failed to hold, it will continue its bearish order flow. Okay, respect the bullish the monthly very family. Okay, so this is the done of the US dollar. But I'm currently 50-50 on the price. I will just react and analyze according to what I see, what the markets want me to see on the gold itself as well. So coming right up on, we do take couple of good trades, to be honest, for the week. Okay, so from here, let me do some recap at first. So this was the previous weekly low, right? And this is the last week candle. So from last week on itself, the price did sting in. The price did sting into this weekly fair value gap. Eventually, it just rejected off with a very bullish ones. So from what I see here, the next draw on liquidity definitely is this high. This will be the next draw on liquidity, and eventually the new all-time high again. So what do we expect from here? So the price did sweep up the previous weekly low, sting into the weekly draw on liquidity, which is the weekly fair value gap, and align with the daily fair value gap as well. So from here, it does sweep the previous daily low. Eventually, it just punched through the whole thing. So from the daily time frame, is very obviously is definitely bullish on the gold. So from here, let's see on the 4-hour time frame. So after a sting in, we does have the rejection. Take off the liquidity up here. We do take off a trade right here, which is a very well done trade. A fail to distribute and take out higher. We managed to get out before the CPI, which is good because eventually the CPI take out the whole previous daily volume liquidity until the eventually the protected low as the draw liquidity. Sting in and rejected off, stick into the 4-hour bearish fair value gap. It does have some rejection, but still fail to continuing lower. So from here, we do have a 4-hour fair value gap unmitigated right here. The price has taken out a draw liquidity as well, this one as well. So I would expect price will have some slight retracement, at least to the fair value area from the 4-hour at least 4-hour fair value area to sting off, to then continue higher to take out the nearest high here, and the next will be the new all-time high again. So no doubt on the bullish side, but otherwise, if the price did close below here, I will accept some short retracement all the way down here to then continuing higher of something like this. So this is the ultimate gameplay for gold. This will be the 4-hour as well. So from here, as we see, from here there is a 4-hour fair value gap resting right here. Should push off, otherwise it will be down below here to then continuing the push off, continuing higher. So this will be the goal. This AUUSD. Bullish buyers, price did respect of the weekly fair value gap, at which align with daily fair value gap. The weekly fair value gap, pushing off the unmitigated for our fair value gap. Two scenario on this. Like the respect of the nearest for our fair value gap, continue push off. Second is short retracement into unmitigated for our fair value gap to continue going higher to another all-time high, probably. Okay, so this is the take. So let me touch on a couple of the major. I will touch on the euro and the pounds. So we will see what are the criteria that actually match with the analysis on the DXY, which is the dollar index. So from the monthly time frame, it does looks like an early sign of disrespecting. I couldn't say it is respecting or not, but from this point of view, it does looks like we are going to disrespect it. Okay, so from here we do have a weekly BPR. Those who don't know what is BPR, is called the balanced price range, which is the bullish fair value gap is opposing with the bearish side. Let's say the bullish fair value gap is opposing with the latest bearish fair value gap, which means the price failed to respect the bullish discount zone to continue push off. So that's why the buyers and the sellers are currently at equals. So we definitely, it is also a sign of strong reversal of the trend itself. So we can see, how do we identify more? From here, we do take out a draw liquidity, price failed to break, continuing higher, but instead it does leave us with a fair value gap of after taking out the draw liquidity. So what do we target next is the previous monthly candle low right here. So this will be the draw liquidity. So from a weekly time frame, yes, definitely is a swing low, of course. So from here, how do we get where we are right now towards the draw liquidity? So from here, we do have the weekly fair value gap. So from a daily time frame, there is a breaker is overlapping with this weekly fair value gap. So I would expect price would have some sort of ranging right here, and then a sting into it, a break below it, to continuing lower. So this is my take for the euro against the dollar. Nice. Weekly fair value gap which overlapping with daily breaker. Breaker. So I believe so the rest of it are going to be the same, but let's see on the pound, since like everyone is been trading pounds a lot, of course. So from this point of view, we do see in the pounds the BPI is so much clearer compared to the euro itself. So we will definitely, which means the bearish sign of the pounds is more clearer, of course, compared to the euro dollars. So you guys now you will guys know that which one is the more clearer direction. Definitely is the pounds. Okay, from here we do have couple of, so this is the weekly fair value gap of the premium areas, and this will be the daily fair value gap. So from this point of view, within this weekly fair value gap, we have the, let me mark it out, weekly fair value gap, right bottom. Let me take this out, and I want it to be inside and right. Okay, so within this weekly fair value gap range, we do have a daily fair value gap resting below here. So what price could do is a slight pump on it, take this equal high. I would say is these are the liquidity high right here. So what price could potentially do is a slightly pump. It looks like a break and retest pattern, and sting into it, a huge news dump to continuing lower. So this is my take. So GBP US dollar is the same thing. GBP US dollar is bearish bias. GBP USD is, give me a moment, yeah. Hello. OK，等一下。I'll be right back, boys. Give me a while. Okay, I'm back, boys. So do let me type out your premiums, the trade outlook that I'm looking for on the GBP US dollar. Looks okay. So the GBP US dollar looks clearer, of course, clearer compared to AUR US dollar. Second is the bearish intention thus looks stronger daily, daily fair value gap rest in weekly fair value gap as well. Price could sting into the daily fair value gap and is tribute lower towards the draw liquidity. So from this, okay, so currently the rest of it will be the same. Okay, there is a unmitigated daily fair value gap as well right here to take out the potential low on the Australian dollars. So let me check on the weekly itself. Not as clear as the compared to the GU and EU. It does looks like stronger, whereby currently on the New Zealand dollar has in the overlapping area. To continuing lower to the next drop liquidity right here. So likewise, Australian dollar and the New Zealand dollar, apart from the Australian dollar especially, that looks like it is going to be lower, but it doesn't look cleaner than the GBP, New Zealand, and the Euro. So if I am shorting it, definitely this would be much more interest me. The New Zealand dollar potentially as well. Okay, so coming up on this, on the yens, very well, the price did sting into it and distribute lower, following with a new daily fair value gap, sting in and continue distribute lower. So I will expect the initial draw liquidity will be the daily fair value gap right here. So until this daily fair value gap, I am bearish on the yen. So looking on it, let me share with my premium members basket. Bearish. So from here, price indeed respect the daily fair value gap. Sting in and check. With second order flow. Daily. So on coming up next, bearish bias remains until it reaches the fair gap resting below. So hence bullish bias on XXX JPY. So let's look into the GBP JPY. Currently, as we can see right here, the price did consolidate a little bit due to, check the nearest draw liquidity. Is it taken out yet? I don't think so. But despite how the price want us to see right here, it seems like there is some sort of resistance right here. So let me check. I think it's the monthly fair value gap. Is it? Yes, it is, but from here the price seems respected, and we do have this nearest draw liquidity resting above it. So from here, how do we trade off here? That looks like a little bit choppy. What I can see is the equal low right here as the liquidity areas, and above here as well. So price could hover around this zone as a no trade zone. Do let me mark out on this first. This will be the monthly fair value gap. Okay, so from here I would like to mark it out as a no trade zone. No trade zone. Because how the price react within this range, right? It seems like they are building a liquidities, and price could come back, sweep below it, a sweep sting in, a rejection, continuing higher. And the price could just range within here for nothing else as well. It will just sweeping out both side by both buy and sell side liquidities, which is I don't really like trading in this zone. So I'm going to remain my bias bullish, definitely, of course, but we do have some obvious liquidity down here. We would like to avoid it. From a daily time frame, yes, it does looks like this swing low is the range, the start of the range, and we could potentially trade off from this low if this low has been swept, because this was the last week low, last week candle low. Let me check. Yes, initially is a previous weekly low as the drawn liquidity as well. So from here, do let me share as neutral. So first thing, in the range, I don't like, okay, personally I don't like how range, but we are able to identify both buy and sell side liquidity where instead of guessing the real direction, why not just wait for the outcome? The market show us the true direction. If guns to my head to show for buyers, I would say at least take out the sell side, continuing higher. Okay, if this is ranging, I believe so on the Euro JPY would be the same thing as well. At least this low, this range, and this range will initially be the new draw on liquidity range. The same thing as well. So this will be the new liquidity range. No trade zone. The same thing as well for the Euro JPY. On JPY, the range is a bit obvious as well. The next draw on liquidity, a sweep, a pump, for our time frame. It does looks like going to break, continuing higher. That looks nicer. New Zealand JPY, nope. On the Canadian dollar, a respecting daily but failed to distributing higher. Initially, this low will be the draw liquidity, and this high will be the draw liquidity as well. A sweep, a pump, potentially this high right here, but despite how the price react from here is a bit concerning. From here, this swing low should be protected, but why would price take out this weekly as well? Maybe it does make a break, potentially a sweep, a sting in again to continuing higher, possibly continuation pump on this. On Canadian JPY, So the rest of the will be the same highest PGPY. Okay, so okay, that will be all for my weekly outlook, and I wish everyone trade safe. Tomorrow is a major currency banks holiday, so please be careful. Don't get caught in low volatile trading time, of course, to prevent choppiness, of course. So if you are long enough in the market, you will tend to see a lot of lack of momentum scenarios, or and with a high momentum scenarios, with trading with long red folder news for the day, it will be tends to be more volatile compared to others, of course. So wish everyone have a very good night, and